Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. We're going to slowly let everybody in, and Basante will get started soon. You're more than welcome to turn on your camera and say hello. If you have a note taker, please turn it off. You'll see me actually removing them.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the conference boot camp.
Lots of people coming in. Great job.
Yes.
Everybody's excited about this, about going to Utah. Hey, Tammy and Bowen.
Hello, Visante.
How is everybody doing? We're just waiting for a few minutes, let everybody in. There's quite a big list of people that signed up, so we want to make sure we get everybody in. Is everybody ready for the summer?
Also, just a friendly reminder, if you have a note taker, please turn it off. If not, you'll see me removing them slowly but surely.
I see one in there.
I know, I'm having to scroll up and down.
Okay, do you want me to help you or?
If you see them, go ahead and feel free.
Okay. Can't believe it's June already. I know we were just talking about that previously.
Yes.
Sorry, June. Halfway done the year.
Mhm.
It's flying by us. Hello, everybody. There is our famous Tammy Cooper, 2026 WBE star.
Thank
Sorry,
you,
I always have to hoot and
Tara.
holler for her.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So again, just remember if you have a note taker, please turn it off. I am slowly but surely removing them, but it would be helpful if you take them off. Makes my job a little easier. And as Basante said, we're going to start in a few minutes. We have a lot of people that have signed up and a lot are still joining. So just to give everybody a chance to get in, they can hear all of the good information. But all help is appreciated when it comes to your note takers. I think they're all out now.
Hey, Marianne.
Ooh, nice to see everyone.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi.
Hello, hello. Hello, my sisters.
Hi, Marianne.
Hello. And hello to the
Hi,
newbie
Sarah.
first
Hi,
timers that are going.
Michelle.
How is everyone?
Doing great.
You're doing
Good.
good.
I see our little PSP graduates.
Uh-huh.
I see Ashley. I see Sarah.
So we have a PSP sign up wait list. If anybody's interested, please let me know if you have somebody that's interested. We're looking at doing it the fall. We're still finalizing the dates, but we will let you know what the dates are. But we are looking at the end of the year, probably in the fall.
And I'm
So
really proud of our PSP graduates. They are running around with QR codes, Vasanti, to support you. So they are also, we're going to get t-shirts. I graduated from PSP with a QR code to sign up for the next.
you know what? The puzzle to me was how am I getting like I can tell when somebody's out canvassing because I will get like a couple, like yesterday, I think I got a couple, like two or three. So I'm like, somebody's out there spreading my QR code. So I like it. I like it. That's wonderful.
It's your trusty graduates, Vasanti, backing you up 100%.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Well, Marianne, you are a big part of that movement. So is the other facilitator and
Karen Kopp.
Karen Cobb. And the background I've got Tara helping me, and I've got Renita. So I don't do it by myself. There's a team of us that put this together. So people are still coming in, Tara.
They are still coming in,
Yeah.
but it's 5 after. So, Vasante, we will go ahead and kick this off. I
Okay.
would like to ask everybody to put in the chat their name and their company name along with
Oh,
letting
Heidi.
us
I see Heidi
know
there.
letting us know if what number year is this for you attending a WeBank conference. So if it's your first year, put a 1. If you've been attended 5 years, put a 5. I just want to know all that good information. Just for myself. I'm being nosy, really, ladies.
Well,
And then I'm going to turn the floor over to your lovely presenter for the day, which is Vasante Kumar. So, Vasante, you had the floor, my dear.
I do. Is Dr. Pamela still on the call here?
I am sure, but I think she's back and forth.
Okay.
You know what? I
Um,
am. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to
There she
introduce Dr.
is.
Pamela. She may want to say a few words just to welcome you all, and then we will kick it off. So I'll let Dr. Pamela kick it off for a second. She is our president and CEO of WBEC-West. And if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting her, hopefully you will meet her at the conference. So Dr. Pamela.
Well, I hope I get to meet everyone at the conference, and I'm so excited that you guys are joining us today. This is going to be an amazing kickoff call. We've got some great presenters, lots of information, and we are so excited everyone is coming to Utah. So please make sure you stop by and say hello at the RPO booth. And I know we're going to talk a little bit about the booth later, so I won't spill any secrets, but welcome, everyone. And I'm sorry,
Great.
I'm like shoving food in my face. So I apologize.
Thank you, Dr. Pamela. So I wanted to say, people are like, even I have wondered, why Utah? What is so special about Utah? So I'm going to give you a fact about Utah. The name Utah comes from the UT tribe and means people of the mountains, which feels fitting when you look at the incredible landscape around Utah. This state has been home to Native people for more than 12,000 years, and that deep history is so reflected in its culture today. Utah is also known as the Beehive State, symbolizing industry, community, and hard work. Values that align beautifully with our WBE community. It's home to the famous Mighty Five National Parks, the Great Salt Lake, and the world's highest concentration of dark sky parks, making it one of the best places on the earth for stargazing. So just if you didn't know, you got a little bit more information about Utah and why we're going there. Again, I am Vasanti Kumar, and I am the Director of Strategic Engagement and Growth from WeBank-West. And I also, with Dr. Pamela and Tara, we would love to meet you. We will all be there at the conference, and it's a fun-packed, full adventures for the 4 days, 5 days that we are there. And I hope to be able to meet all of you. The conference we're going to talk about today, the conference basics such as registration, conference dates, hospitality options, schedule at a glance, conference expo, and exhibitor booth. You want to maximize your experience and learn effective strategies to make the most of your conference sessions. Learn how to optimize networking opportunities and sharpen your business presentation skills to engage confidentially. Elevate your conference experience participation to new heights in just 2 hours. Well, hopefully it's an hour and a half. We'll see. You also want to stay prepared for action and open discussion. Don't miss the crucial design to stay in the loop with live conference updates, conference insights, hear from the LinkedIn expert and corporate executives on how to leverage the opportunity, engage in an open discussion that would be key to unlocking valuable opportunities. Next slide, Dara. So I'm not going to do this by myself. You're not going to hear me all the time. So we're going to hear from 3 of our people that are from the National Forum. Our host committee and National Forum is Janine Zook, and she is the president and CEO of Travitab Meeting and Event Solutions International. We're also going to hear from Reshmi Chakravarti, She's the National Forum also representative, and she's from Southern California, Los Angeles, and she's from Kagan. That is her company. Then we have storytelling from Melissa Tong. She's also a National Forum representative from Southern California, Los Angeles area, and her company is Duck Punk Productions Incorporated. All right, Tara. And then we have our superstar. So our star for 2026 is Tammy Sue Cooper. She is on the call, so we're excited to have her. Each year, for the 14 years, business leaders step up into the spotlight to receive their National Premier Award for Excellence among Women Businesses Enterprise. This year, we have chosen, as I said, Tammy Cooper. She is part of each 14 regional partners, the ROPs, each will have a representative at the national conference. This person is vital ability to build successful businesses. The women's strategy, vision, business acumen, and sheer talent combine to meet their clients' complex needs and propel our economy forward. These business women inspire their employees, peers, and clients with their tireless dedication to excellence in every facet of their lives. I cannot say more about Tammy Cooper. She is all that. And anytime that I have needed her for WBEC-West, she is more than willing to have her staff there to help me. Whatever is needed, she says, let me be there. She is a key player for WBEC-West, and we appreciate her. And I'm very happy to have her as our 2026 star. I see clapping, Tammy.
I know, I'm about to cry. This is yeah, means a lot to me. I firmly believe in promoting women. I have Weebies that we do business with. I like to spread the wealth. So I'm just thrilled to have received the honor, and I'm going to be your trusted source that goes forward and helps.
You can pay me later, Tammy. No, just kidding.
Thank you.
No, you definitely are a star. And so, you know what, we'll be at the end of the year, start looking for our 2027 star. So it could be any of you. So you never know. I'm actually going to pass the torch to Reshmi, and she's going to talk about the next slide. Reshmi?
Thank you, Vasanti.
You're welcome.
And I'm just excited for the conference because the theme this year is so relevant to what we all do. You know, we all run businesses, and the reason to run our businesses is to create impact, impact for a community, to give jobs to everyone we hire, which actually helps our economy. And that's really what this is about. It's about creating business opportunities for all of us. And so this is a really amazing theme for this year, and I'm looking forward to it. Can you move to the next slide, Vasanti? So everyone can attend the conference. If you're certified, that's great. If you're not certified, you can still attend, learn about the conference, find out how to get certified. You have an amazing team of WBEC-West staff here that can help you learn about how to get certified. But then other than that, there's also corporations that come to find, WBEs in the areas that they're looking for opportunities. There are government organizations that attend. And similar to WBEC-West, which is one of the RPOs, there are 13 RPOs in WBENC. So all of them come and attend along with their members, just like WBEC-West has our members attending. All the 13 RPOs have their members attending. So it's a good place to meet, mingle, create that relationship, network, and get to know more people. So it's really exciting. Vasanti is the next one. I'm going to pass this on to Janine to tell us more about the conference.
Thank you, Rashmi. Well, I'm excited because I not only get to share with you about the national conference, but it's what we do. My company does. So, and we are very fortunate to support WBENC on the national conference. And boy, is there a lot this year. So there are expanded connections that have come about. It's not just industry level. It's also WBE to WBE meet and greets that they're going to do for the first time this year. I'm actually going to host a table for the WBE to, and I do that it's worth your time to participate in all meet and greets, but the WBE to WBE meet and greet, please don't ever discount the business that can be done between WBEs. So there's corporate choice connections that I have a lot of questions on that one. And I just want to let you know that that is a very specific corporation request based upon information that is in the system. And so if you signed up with interest in that, and if you've not heard back, just know you can contact WBENC at support@webank.org. But just know that that is not something that WBENC is connecting you with. It is based upon a corporation's specific request. But did we talk about meet and greets overall? Because meet and greets also give you exposure. You get to hear everyone else's pitches and how they present their companies, and you get to meet the corporates too. So remember, every step we take leads us to the next one. And then we have the Prime Supplier Program, which is where the corporate prime suppliers, there's opportunities for them to meet the lower tier suppliers. And then also, of course, the expo floor. The RPO meetup activation is going to be amazing. I know that I think Tara's going to talk about it in a little bit, but I'm telling you, you need to be there. And I don't want to give away too much, but I just want to let you know that you need to be there. And it's an opportunity for all of us in our region to get together. So the expo expansion and evolution, there's more industry activations, connection corner with capital, regarding capital, and then advisory and business services connection corner. And then enhanced education. So there's WBE and corporate focused sessions, which I think that this is a little bit of a newer concept for WBENC. Industry labs, trends, opportunities, non-negotiables. That's really important to know. What are the non-negotiables from corporations? And y'all belong to WBENC and WBEC-West. So you should all really tap into this information and all of these resources. The CEO Catalyst, and then the industry leading expert speakers. Okay. Well, you can't go to a conference without having somewhere to stay. So let me tell you that we have 10 hotels. The majority of the cutoff dates have landed, which means the booking links most likely don't work any longer. Hyatt to the convention center still available, and it's kind of the host hotel, if you will. So that cutoff date is this Friday. If you still need room reservations, I do have hotels that will still accept them. So when I'm done with the presentation, I'll put in there the WeBank@TradativaMeetings.com email address. You can email, it will come to my company and we will get you set up. So, but there were 10 hotels and there were a lot of different selections. But like I said, if you still need a room, please email me and I'll put that in the chat. So you get your badge starting the first day of the convention. These are the registration hours. The main registration area, the registration area is going to be, if you will, closest to the entrance through the Hyatt, but it's between the Salt Palace entrance across the street from the Marriott City Creek and the Hyatt in the convention center. And so from 9 to 7:30 on the first day, 7:30 to 5:30 on the second day, 7 to 5 on Wednesday, and Thursday is 7 to 10:30. I know we're going to talk about badges a little bit more, but just so you know, you will want to pick up your badge before you do anything, or especially during these hours, because badges will be required for everything. So we have a little saying, no badge, no fun. And we all want to have fun. And the other thing that you're going to really need to do, and it was last year also, you need to make sure you have your government photo issued ID with you. It's not only to pick up your badge, but who knew that Utah had some strict liquor laws? And so we have to make sure that everybody receives a wristband, because once you get your badge, you can't have the other fun you might have until you have a wristband. So, so just always remember, you need to have your ID with you with your badge, and there will be checks to make sure if you leave and come back, you're going to need to show your ID that it matches your badge. And you know what? That's just a little extra security to make sure that everyone that is supposed to be at the conference is at the conference. And let's be honest, all the other conferences and folks that are not with our conference, they're going to be so upset with all the fun that we have. And so we just have to make sure that we're just letting in those that should have the fun. And here's a jam-packed agenda. So Monday, we're going to get started with registration, of course. There is a all forum event. This is for all WBEs. And this is, it's called Ready, Set, and Connect. I'm actually on one of the panels for that will be part in this impact. It's your conference experience, maximize it. And so it's a great session. It's about 4 different components, and I encourage everyone to come. This is an opportunity for you to truly meet WBEs from all regions, which you'll have the ability to do that all week, but it's a great way to start the conference. Then Monday's the only day that lunch is on your own. And then we have an opening general session from 2 to 3:30. And then we split up. The RPOs are going to have their meetups. Very important. I don't think I'm supposed to give out too much more on the fun for that, but you want to make sure that you go to that. And I also know that there's a couple of important people that are corporate folks that are probably going to make an appearance in that, because the other corporates are going to be attending a corporate session, a corporate only session. And then some of the activities that we're going to do that I can't tell you about right now at the RPO meetups are going to then go into the evening reception. It is a national park theme, because I think there's like 5 national parks just in Utah. And that evening reception is held at the convention center. On Tuesday, we start with industry labs, which are activations and learnings and opportunities, and it's broken down by industry. And then we go into industry meet and greets. Have we talked about meet and greets? Okay. Then we have a general session with lunch. So lunch is going to be provided. It's going to be very delicious boxed lunches. Although I'll have to be honest and let you know that I didn't have that at the tasting, but I'm going to say it's very delicious boxed lunches. Great general session and speaker. Then we have industry labs, and at the same time, the CPO summit, which is an invite only. Industry labs are the opportunities and the activations. CEO Catalyst, leading through change, is at the same time as a corporate choice connection, which is an invite only. But the CEO Catalyst is really invaluable information, and I do recommend that you participate in that. The evening reception on Tuesday night is important for a couple reasons. First of all, it's at the Hyatt, just to let you know. So if you want to stay at the Hyatt and you only have to take the elevator home, I just want to let you know. Send me an email when I put my email in there. But the other thing about it is that if you don't feel comfortable wearing tennis shoes at the conference, you have an excuse on Tuesday, because Leo Events will have their sneaker jam. So at the evening reception. So I just comfortable shoes, and nothing like a good tennis shoe that matches the outfit. And then on Wednesday, we have the expo. You have to go through the expo floor. I know Mary Ann is hosting a booth that has 14 WBEs involved in it. Tradativa meetings. We are very excited to be to sponsor host committee, to be a sponsor through host committee. We have a booth. We will be in booth 1011. Pretty easy to remember, huh? 1011. They had to do that for me because I lose brain cells this time of year. And yeah, I also want to let you know that if there's any of you that have any questions or just need a little break or want to just come by and not have to have in-depth conversations or what have you, please come to booth 1011 during the expo hours. But I do encourage you to make sure that you walk that expo booth. The WBENC Cafe is lunch. That is our lunch session. So we have lunch on Wednesday, general session, and then you have an opportunity to either do the WBE hosted meet and greet, which come find me, or the corporate choice connections which are the invite only. And then Wednesday night's evening reception is going to be offsite. There will be transportation provided from all of the hotels. And if you have not looked or been, if you haven't looked it up, or if you've never been, the library in Salt Lake City is amazing. It's 5 levels with a rooftop experience. So we're not going there to read books. We're going there to, maybe hear a jazz band, or maybe do a karaoke, or maybe a silent disco. I don't know. We'll see. And then on Thursday, Expo's open again. We are going to do lunch. We have the closing general session and the collegiate accelerator pitch competition. And then I don't know if any of you have signed up for these or if you've seen them. There were optional add-on activities that you could sign up, versions and things. And then We Connect is having their International Day, which will be at the convention center.
Hey, Janine, there's a question in the chat. It's, is there a dress code for the day and the receptions?
No, it is business casual. You will see folks dressed from the 9s to casual. But the recommendation is business casual, or resort casual, if you will. You need to be comfortable. So, just remember that I think as business owners, we're all aware that we are our own brand. So, but speaking of that, you can wear your brand, your logos or what have you, but please be comfortable. And I cannot stress the comfortable shoes piece.
And then there's another question about dietary restrictions. Heather has also told us that there's an outdoor mall across the street with tons of places to eat in case you don't want to eat in the conference. But if there's dietary restrictions, I think someone said that there's good vegetarian options and dietary, but I know that you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
So if you just want to touch base on that.
So I would have to say that if you're attending the conference, I encourage you to participate in the meals and everything. You're included in the counts for that. But at the same time, when you registered, you provided if you had any dietary restrictions, allergies, or anything. So there were 2 places, there were 2 specific questions. One of them was, are you these specific, are you a vegetarian? Are you vegan? And then it was other, and you had an opportunity to put in all of your things. So as long as you did that, I've got you. And there will be options for all of those requirements, if you will, at the conference. Most of them, for instance, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, vegetarian, those are always, with the exception of the boxed lunches, we always make sure the options there, the boxed lunches will be noted for anyone who can't just have a regular boxed lunch, for instance, and you'll receive an email at the end of next week from me explaining how you go about if you have a special meal. So there's not too many special meals that we have to have, but I'm going to put my email address, WBENC@traditivameetings.com here in a minute. If you have any allergy or dietary restriction concerns, please let me know. Because I know one person that needs a sealed meal who will remain nameless but didn't put it in their registration. So you can email me. Any other questions right now?
No, I think there's one about International Day, but I think Marianne sent the link on what that looks like and what International Day is.
Okay.
So I think we're good. We can move on.
Okay. Is this me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So again, a whole lot of new things. There's some fresh dynamic approaches that are being brought in to help us with that impact that we're going to have and that we're going to make. So again, enhanced connections, expo editions and the evolution and the prime supplier program. Those are all examples of things that are new. Um, you know, some of the attendees are going to be supplier inclusion professionals, C-suite roles, and then, of course, WBE's entrepreneurs and small businesses. There's an opportunity to explore Salt Lake City or the greater region, and then just a lot of added content. So there is so much for you to look forward to, and so many reasons not to leave the conference without having some great learnings and some great connections.
Thank you, Janine. Also, be on the lookout. WBEC-West has reached out, and we've gotten a lot of feedback from our Utah connections that have shared some great insight on some little places that you might want to visit while you're in Utah, great little places to eat and grab a snack. And WeBank will be sending them out to all the attendees here shortly in the next couple of days. And so that'll give you a little side piece if you're interested in kind of maybe connecting with another WBE over lunch or dinner or something or a snack in between all the festivities that WeBank has to offer. So we are going to talk about some trade show best practices. Um, and we're going to do a lot of talking about the trade show as we continue on. And we have a wonderful guest speaker who's going to talk about some more in-depth things. But I want to really kind of touch base more so on the technology side of what WeBank has done to help you execute the trade show floor to the best ability and really create an impact for this conference for yourself, right? So make sure that you plan ahead, start early. They've done a great job on creating a platform for you to do so. I'm going to share that with you guys in the chat. If you have not already been exposed to it or seen it, you have been exposed to it in the past with the WeBank app, the mobile app. However, this year they've got it to where now you can actually execute it online before you go. And for those of you that maybe have visual challenges like myself, I'm not getting any younger and my eyes are not getting any younger. So looking at my screen, although it's a big phone, isn't as easy as looking at my great big monitor. So when we're looking at that trade show floor, which for all of us that have walked it before, and for those that are going to be visiting for the first time and walking it, there's a reason that she keeps saying comfortability and comfortable shoes because there's a lot of walking. So you're going to walk that trade show floor a lot. That way you're going to be ready for the conversations that you're going to have there and be ready to attack. So if you'll click on that link, I know that you won't be seeing all these beautiful smiling faces, but you will see a site that you do have to register for. So all of you that are here already have a ticket. That's how you got invited to attend. You use the same email address that you utilized when you got your ticket. And then you may need to create an account and and create a password. Once you get in, you're going to actually, here's what the website looks like. You're going to be able to search all the exhibitors by their industry. So as you can tell, like Marianne, a couple other people, Janine, they're being able to post their numbers of their booth already because the booth, you're not able to get a booth now, right? So you can see this whole trade show floor and the plan. You can go and create a planner for your entire trade show days, which are the last 2 days. And you can also add in the different workshops and things that you're going to go to. So then it will automatically come up on your phone and remind you, hey, you have 30 minutes to get over here to this workshop and the location. And so it automatically rolls into your mobile app and it's very beneficial to use. I know that I'm using it to mark all down all the good things. And I also can utilize the calendar and add in some other events, which we'll be telling you about shortly. So to make sure you add those in too. As you look, here is what the trade show floor looks like in the planner itself. And it's, again, much easier to see on the computer screen. You can zoom it in and zoom it out better, really be able to see. For those of you who can actually see, there's a green little box around a couple of the little booths. I just went in and played around and typed in a couple of W's and clicked on them and it gave me the green dot. So I know those are key ones I want to go and visit. I can map my plan to go in this door and which way I'm going to go to execute it and have myself ready and prepared to have those conversations with who I want to reach out to. So it's really important that you go ahead and get registered, access it. It is in the chat for the link. So please, by all means, utilize it. I think it's a great addition that WBENC has done this year, so kudos to them. Then we have the lovely mobile app, if my slides will catch up. There we go. So here are the QR codes for you if you have not already downloaded the mobile app. I can't emphasize enough how valuable this mobile app is while you're there. So please download it. Here's the links for the Android and the Apple. I'll leave it on the screen for a minute for you guys to be able to scan it. Again, you'll have to sign in utilizing the email address that you used when you purchased your ticket. I tested this, so I know for a fact that it has to be the same email address associated with the ticket. For those of you who want to know who all's attending, all of that, this is where you're going to find that information out, ladies. So if you're back here in this app, you can look in the exhibitors by industry. You can search by their name, and by industry and even keywords. So if you're in the construction industry and you want to focus on drilling down and meeting with other, people in construction that have trade show booths, that's what you would put in here. If you're in, consulting or professional assistant or whatever the keyword factor is, make sure you utilize it. Find the exhibitors and all of those that you really want to target. And that's going to be the best way for you to utilize the applications that WBENC has offered. And they've done a great job. It's not easy on that side of the field. I know. I've been on the back end. WBEC-West, we have our mobile app, and every year there's always little challenges, right? So kudos to WBENC for getting the app up and going. And now we are going to go back to Ms. Rashmi, who's going to talk a little bit more about the meet and greets. So especially you first year people who haven't attended before, she's going to give you some insight knowledge here.
Thank you, Tara.
You're welcome.
So I think Jenny went over the day the meet and greet is. So the meet and greet is a really good way to get to meet new corporations. So if you have a list of corporations you're looking to meet, they will, I think outside, is it outside, Tara? They have a list of corporations by table numbers. And so you can see, usually they do it alphabetically. I don't know how it is this year, but you will have the name, so you can write down the names of the corporations you want to meet and the table numbers they are in. And then every round is about 25 minutes. And so I think it's about 8 to 10 WBs per table and at least one or two corporates from the same company at the table. And then you can have time. It's probably about 3 or 4 minutes for your elevator pitch. If you have your capability statement, that's great. Please take that with you. If you have your online capability statement, that's great too, that you could send that to them as a follow-up. And then you can talk about your business, your services, see how you build relationship with them. And then the best part is then you can meet them at the expo for the next day and make sure that they remember you from the meet and greet. But I love going to the meet and greet. I feel that's a really good way to break the ice and get to meet the corporate and learn about what services are they looking for, why are they here, what are their needs, or maybe their future needs. Is this for me too, Vasanthi?
Yes, Rachel.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think Tara talked about the expo floor and how the booths are distributed. So it's both WBEs and corporate exhibitors at the expo floor, and it's a 2-day expo, which is great. So if you can plan it where you want to meet a certain number of corporations one day and then a certain number the next day, usually that's what I do. And that way you're not rushing in because some corporations, if this is your first time going, some of them might have a long line. And if that happens, instead of waiting in line, I would skip that, mark their name and then go back later or maybe the next day. And that way they get tired and they're busy too. You catch them at a time when, they can talk to you, they can know where you're from, what your services are, and kind of you can build that relationship with them. Usually, I prefer going in the mornings. I think the second day it's in the morning because usually early morning there's nobody there, and you can actually get that time with them. I try to avoid the lunchtime because it's a little bit chaotic. But that's just how it was last year. It might be changed this year, so please see what works best for you. And then if you can go back to the Map Your Show and download the list of corporations that are at the expo, and then start jotting down who you want to meet, and then break it down for the 2 days, then you have a really good plan to meet them at the expo. So that's how I've done it, and it's worked out. But sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you. Janine and Rashmi, thank you very much. You guys have shared a great deal of information. I know it's a lot of information coming at everybody all in one little hour and a little bit of time. Everything that we've actually shared with you is available on their site too. So some of it we just kind of pulled together. We hope that it helps, but always can go back to their the WeBank conference website. So we're gonna stay on the warpath of the expo days, and I'm gonna turn it back over to Miss Vasante.
Again, I just want to echo what Tara said. This that we put up together cannot be done without, the experts of the national forum team come together. They've dedicated their time and energy to be here today. Listen and take what they have said. These are experts that have been elevated their businesses, and so they're sharing lots of really good nuggets with you. So please make sure that you are getting what they are saying. I'm also going to add a little bit more too. Once you get to and you've figured out which ones you want to talk to, now what do I do? Like, what do I have? What happens now? Well, you want to make those booth connections, spark that interest. Prefer, like they've talked about preparing before you go, but you want to make a strong impression. Smile and make eye contact. Introduce yourself confidently. State your purpose in one sentence. Don't go into a long speech. I'm long-winded, so I get told that all the time. But be strong and confident and say the 90-second speech that we teach in the PSP class. But that 90-second speech says is powerful than spending 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Because again, that person that's on the other side of you is listening to everybody else, and they are probably have 150 people come to their booth that day. What's going to make the impression that they're going to remember you? Whether it's your fancy shoes or something that you said, what's going to make you different from the next person that's selling the same service or product that you are about to introduce to them? Visit the booth with intention. Start with a friendly opener, like I've said. Ask who handles supplier diversity or small business engagement. Share your value briefly and ask for their business card. Use the 3-minute rule. Keep conversations short and meaningful, and then exit gracefully. I'll follow up with the conference. And The next thing is to make sure that you write a couple notes because you're going to also meet so many different people, WBEs and corporates. Again, you want to make sure that you are noting down what was the key things that they said that they were looking for, or what that you can have the conversation again. The elevator impact, keeping it clear, share who you are and what you are in 30 seconds to 60 seconds is what I also said. Meaningful network, build the strong relationships. This is a platform to do that. So let's learn, connect, and grow and elevate together. WBEC's focus this year was to prepare WBEs to explore and share the impact of our journey. We have the WBE who can tell us about this. Melissa Tong from Duck Punk Productions and National Forum Rep. She's going to explore about storytelling in the next slides. Melissa?
Hi, everyone. Who's ready for some storytelling? Well, whether we're at the booth or whether we're just walking, maybe inside the elevator, right? Walking alongside somebody, you got to have your story together before you show up at conference. So I want to spend a few minutes talking about how do we use storytelling for corporate engagement. Now, most people think storytelling is only about the emotion and the brand story. And this is not exactly true. There's more to it than just that. But when doing business with corporates, storytelling is about clarity, credibility, and trust. Because clarity and credibility build trust, and trust creates opportunities. Next slide. So I'm going to share the 3 keys to building a strong business story. Number 1 is clarity. What you do, who you serve, and why it matters. Number 2 is credibility. Your experience, your operations, your results, and your reputation. Number 3 is differentiation. What makes a corporate buyer remember you over other vendors? Now, I'm going to share a little story that I experienced myself a couple of years ago. I was lining up at a Amazon booth waiting to talk to somebody from marketing. And when I showed up, the lady from Amazon told me that she got a huge headache. And I asked her, oh, what happened? She said, well, there was this WBE before you. And she came to the booth, we were chatting, and I was asking her, what's her business is about. So she told me what she does. And then I told her that that's not a category we're buying currently. And she said, oh, no problem. But we can also do this and this and that. So as the conversation goes on, she started telling the Amazon person that basically they do everything. So at the end, the Amazon person was kind of trying to tell her politely that, maybe another time, but that is not something they buy at the moment. And that person didn't quite want to leave. So that's why this, corporate Amazon person was telling me that she was having, a headache from talking to this person. Now, so that's why having your story together is so key, because you don't want to be that person. The next slide. So let's spend a few minutes talking about your differentiators. Now, a differentiator is something only you can claim, not your competitors. So when I work with business owners, when I ask them this question, a lot of them will tell me, oh, yes, I know my differentiators. We have great customer service, or we are reachable 24/7, or we have this and this and that. Well, but think about it this way. If that is something your competitors can also claim, that is not exactly your differentiator, because another company can also say, hey, we have great customer service, or we have this, we have that, oh, we have AI. Oh yeah, we have AI too, right? So you really have to kind of look a little bit deeper and figure out what makes you different. And here I'm going to use myself as an example. So I came from a broadcast journalism background. I was a TV newscaster for 4 years, interviewed thousands of people and crafted over 1,200 on-air stories. Now, what does that mean to a corporation? That means we can deliver clarity under pressure. And then I moved into doing Hollywood movies and documentaries. Now, again, what does that mean? That means we can provide high service storytelling execution. And then we moved into shooting TV commercials for some of the brands like Nissan, Verizon, Wells Fargo, O'Neill's, and McDonald's. So what does that mean? That means, we know how to marry audience and the message and align those messages and creating the content. So all in all, we have 30 years of translating complex ideas into human stories and connection. And our experience spans across corporate, nonprofit, and entertainment sectors. Now, so what I'm telling you is really look deep into your background and see what else you have done in the past that will be different than any of your competitors. Because the more differentiators you can find, the better it is. Because let's say if I have another competitor who came from a journalism background, but they may or may not have done Hollywood productions. And even if they've done Hollywood productions, they may or may not have done, TV commercials, right? So let's really kind of like think back and then draw a chart, list out all the things that you've done and then figure out which one you can use for the conference. Next. So I'll give you another example here. So we worked with a WBE last year, and the pitch originally was very, very generic. They said, "Oh, we're a supply chain company. We do optimization and agile product management firm." And I say, "Okay, good, but maybe not everybody understands what that means. So let's make it clearer." So then we drill it down, and then now they can say, "Hey, we help companies reduce back orders and improve efficiency." Okay, that's better, right? You understand what they do. And how do you build credibility? So we pulled, all the results, and then one of the results they have achieved was they are able to reduce late back orders by 70% in 30 days. You see how you can build it step by step, right? So figure out your experience, really, understand what makes you different, and then use your past results to build credibility. Next. Okay, so now that you have built your story, we talked about the game show, the trade show game plan. When you study the floor plan, I would encourage everybody to pick out two lists. One is must hit, and the other one is nice to hit, because you may or may not be able to visit everybody you wanted. So have maybe 5 to 10 must list, and then everybody is nice to hit. And then tell your story with clarity, credibility, and your differentiation. And this is another key thing, is focus on what they actually buy. Like the Amazon story that I share. If they don't buy that right away, okay, great. Maybe revisit it, later on. And corporate members always remember WBEs who are different and not generic. So that's my 2 cents for getting you ready for conference.
Melissa, that was wonderful. So much great information. Thank you so much for sharing all that little insight. I love your story about Amazon. Lord knows I
Thank you.
love that. And now we're going to change it back over to Vasante again. Vasante.
Thank you, Melissa. I can actually relate. I worked for a big casino here in Las Vegas, and I've been on the other side of the table, and I understand that sometimes the person doesn't leave, and then you end up getting a headache. That's why I'm saying that there's so many people that come through, and that person will remember you for that moment, but then there's another person that comes along and you forget. That's why what I did also forget to mention is that the capability statement that has your picture on it, has all your information on it, it tells everything that you do. Make sure that you are taking your capability statement also. If you don't have one, get one made or get one done for that. Now we're going to talk about some fun stuff. I'm excited about this one. I'm not a morning person, but I'm excited to be there on Monday morning when the conference starts. Before the conference starts, actually, our RPO, WBEC-West, is going to have a fuel up and link up. That means donuts and coffee. So WBEC-West is going to kick off the event. It's going to be in the ballroom at BD. That's our location there, and it's at the actual conference. This is where it's real cash. Everybody's going to come in, and there's going to be people coming in and out. You don't have to stay the whole time, but come in and meet all the other people from the other different states that we have, our 7 different states. You get to network, meet build relationships. We have a couple surprises coming in there too. So we're also going to have Tara have some gifts for you that you're going to pick up that we have for the forum leaders. Please make sure that you get your forum badges. And these are little badges that tells you your forum of WBEC-West. So make sure that we get that. It's going to be an exchange of contacts at your own pace, and it's a great way to open up the conference and be excited. So next slide. Here's your surprises. Tanya Nixon, and she is on our board. She's from Aflac. And then we have Lance Dorsey. He's also a vice chair on our board. And these two will be at the 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock event. I know the RPO, they may not be there because there's another event going on in the afternoon, but they are guaranteed to be there in the morning to stop by, meet them, get to connect with them, and just connect with the other sisters and the other women businesses that are there. So it's connect, collaborate, and grow together. So we're excited. Dr. Penland will be there, myself, Heather, Bowen, Tara, Maria. So you get to meet all of us all in one room early in the morning. Then the afternoon, I think it's 4 to 6, and this is the RPO meetup. This experience, you're going to connect, collaborate, create, and grow together. Again, that seems to be the theme. You're going to arrive and then network and kick off, and we're going to do some projects together. And your forum members will have their badges, so you'll get to meet, and maybe even get to meet a different forum from a different state. So they will be there helping with creating bandanas, and we're also creating another group project that we'll be doing together. And these are activities that are going to happen. The markers are by numbers, so you'll create a masterpiece together, decorate your WBEC-West tumbler, and then identify your industry of connecting with others in that room. So lots of great connections have happened. I know that people have met at the RPO room, and they came by themselves, and they have left with other sisters in the group. So and they're still connecting. I remember they have talked to me. They still talk to each other, and they're in different states. But you never know who you're going to meet unless you show up. So that is my
Basante, I'm going to chime in with you here for a little bit on
okay.
this. So WeBank actually has the bandana project. And I'm just going to plant the seed for you guys to think about this, right? So they're going to have some fabric markers, they have a bandana, and what they want you to do is really try and lay out the journey of your impact. So thinking about your business and what impact it has done in not only just your community, but maybe your life, and all of that good stuff, and how you want to draw that out or how you want to document it on a bandana, right? We can't write like the whole book on a bandana. It's only so much. So think about that, get that in your head, kind of have that idea and that mind in there. The bandana really is kind of like it's your kickoff point and it's your conversation point down throughout the conference. So we're going to give you a way to kind of attach that to a free gift that we give you. So that way you can utilize that as a conversation starter, an icebreaker, and all these other different meet and greets and events that WeBank is going to have at the conference. So I know that sounds like, oh, what am I going to do with that? You put a little thought into it, and I bet you guys are going to come up with some really unique and unusual ways of documenting it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of those stories. So,
It's
Asante,
gonna be
sorry to
fun and
jump in there,
good.
but I get excited when I think about the story, you know?
Hey Tara, I'm also just curious. I know that WeBank's intention is that once they create these bandanas, they wear them to the reception that night.
Yes.
And
Wear
and
them, display them, however. So we have the little abilities. We got little things for you to get that you can either attach it maybe to the back of your cell phone or even to a keychain that you have. We have different little things for you that you'll be able to connect it to something that you're going to carry, even if it's your purse, right? You can stick that to your purse and you'll be able to tie that on and carry it. All different ways for them to be able to wear it. They're not saying wrap your head in a bandana and come that way. They want you to put it out there for people to see it. Um, and then ask the question, So be prepared to ask other WBEs what's on their bandana.
Thank you, Tara. Um, We also want to thank, and you get to meet the city hosts and the committee hosts that will be there at the ROP, because we don't do this again by ourselves. There's a lot of people that help put this together. Get to know them, get to know the people in Utah. They are very, very excited to meet that everybody's coming to their state. So the city hosts and the committee hosts will be there. They were going to share their wisdom at the end of this conversation. After you've done your exciting bandanas and you're wearing them, then this is going to happen. Then we're going to close and have some reminders of different things that are going on. And then after that, I think is the 4 to 6. Wait, 4 to 6 is this event, and then 6 to 8 is the reception. Janine Zook has also mentioned in the chat that on Wednesday night, reception only, the hotel is providing is pretty close, and there's transportation for the Wednesday night reception only. No other night, there's transportation only for Wednesday night. Otherwise, the hotels are pretty close to the convention center. Next slide. This one's exciting. I am looking forward to this. So at the expo floor, we have Coco Clipper, and she's one of our CEO and one of our WBEs. She is actually dedicating and by supporting the WBENC RPO booth, she will have for the 2 days, 17th and 18th, from 8 to 12 only. She will have someone giving massages. I'm not sure how many, but if you can, we'll definitely need it with our backs and just walking around and doing all the things that we'll be doing at the expo. Definitely need a massage. So please come back and support our WBEC-West WBE, and she's going to be again at the WeBank RPO booth. Next slide. Tara, you want to talk? Heather, I think Heather is going to talk about the WhatsApp. This is how to communicate using the WhatsApp.
I know Heather was messaging me. Heather, you can unmute and talk.
Thanks, Tara.
There you go. She was having some audio troubles earlier, guys, so I just wanted to make sure she was good to go. You sound great, Heather.
Thank you. So WhatsApp, that will be Bowen. Sorry, that'll be Bowen and myself in there answering questions the best that we can. Of course, Tara Vasanti and Dr. Pam will be in the WhatsApp as well, but that will be just for our women entrepreneurs attending from our region. That can be if you have questions, if you want to go to lunch with somebody, if you want to do coffee, we'll be there for you. You can scan this QR code to go ahead and join the WhatsApp, and then later we will also be sending out the link with instructions on how to utilize the WhatsApp, how to best communicate, and just kind of those best practices. Before I pass it back over, are there any questions around the WhatsApp?
I don't have a question, Heather. I just want to say that last year I loved this app. I got to go to lunch with a couple of WBEs, so please use the app and connect with each other.
Thank you, Dr. Pam.
And I made it into the app. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's so worth it. I second Pamela's motion.
I was getting ready to say, yes, that is so true. If Marianne can get in there, so can you. Look.
So someone's asking where the RPO for the on Monday. It's not on the app. It's not there. So it's at the location for that is going to be the ballroom BECD. So the ballroom location is where we will be meeting on Monday. If you wanted to stop by at the RPO, that's where we will be. But you can use your app and text us and hey, where's the location for this? And Heather and Bowen will send that to you. In the chat, Tara has also put the link to use the WhatsApp. Is there any questions that anybody has? Nothing?
No, I just want to say thank you to Melissa and Janine, and of course, Vasante and Rashmi for providing this amazing workshop. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I did walk away with two things I did not know. So,
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed us putting this together. Tara, thank you for all the work that Tara does on the back end. I'm the front facing, but Tara is a lot of the technology part of it. And Heather and Bowen, thank you for answering the calls on the or answering the messages there. I think Marianne's been answering too. We appreciate everybody that is doing it. Janine, Rashmi, and Melissa. I actually learned some things too on the storytelling. I was like, oh wow, so that's interesting stuff. We can't speak more. Utah, again, like I said, is very excited to have us and host us there. So let's have a great turnout, have a great conference. Bring some comfortable shoes. I think we've talked about that. Bring your capability statements. And I think what's funny is it's interesting to me, like people want to come talk to me or they'll come to a booth, but they have no business cards. Make sure you're bringing your business cards, whether it's digital, whether it's in person, or you have the card, and bring your capability statements. That is the best thing that you're wanting to talk about your business. So that's why you're there. Make sure that you are prepared and ready to go. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at WBEC-West. We will be there to support you and look forward to seeing you all there.